Holly?
Okay, Julie, we're doing some fast driving this morning as we are live at the track. Come on, come on, come on. On the yellow car, in the lead. There we go. Round the bend, round the bend, round the bend. I see myself getting very competitive at this. Why are we into this? We're into this because did you know that last year alone, 23 million people were involved in the sport of remote control racing? That's those that do it as a hobby, all the way up that do it professionally. We are live this morning at the largest indoor track on the East Coast, and guess what? It's in our area. We're at the track in Gaithersburg. We're going to talk to all the people that are here this morning and find out about their collections, about how they race, and I'm at the track. We're going to tell you how you can get your kids involved in RC camp. So it's going to be too much fun this morning. Get those engines ready to roar, Michael.
All right, Holly, that is too cool. Also, Holly.
Michael, we are checking out the track in Gaithersburg this morning. This is where you can fulfill your dreams of being a race car driver, right? Okay, see if you can catch these cars. They're zipping pretty fast. This is what's called slot car racing. It's just one of the things you can do here. We're checking out this along with remote control racing. We're telling you how it's big and back and better than ever. It's all happening live on Fox 5 Morning News. Stay with us.
And a hobby with a need for speed. Holly Morris takes us to the remote control racetrack in Gaithersburg, so stay with us. Holly.
Well, Michael, if you've ever driven a remote control car, you know how fun it is. Well, it's fun, fast, and it truly is a sport for all ages. We are live this morning at the track in Gaithersburg, where we are checking it all out. We're going to tell you all about this sport more than you can imagine. It is complex, and there are many different ways you can get involved. We're going to give you all the info live on Fox 5 Morning News. Stay with us.
Julie, the commuters will get a kick out of this. It is the largest indoor remote control racing track on the East Coast, and speed is an understatement there.
And they're going a lot faster than they are on the Beltway, actually. Fox 5's Holly Morris is live in Gaithersburg at the RC track to fill us in. Holly.
Hey, they go faster than I ever imagined. You know, remote control cars really came onto the scene in the late 60s, and the popularity has been growing ever since. And what's available now is really beyond your imagination. There's so much to this world if you're interested in it. And Carlton Coleman, who's a race director and has been racing himself for 13 years, is going to help fill us in. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
So I guess this really is a big deal.
It's a very big deal, very big deal. It's grown since the 60s all the way up into about the peak in about 93. They've got competition levels from regionals to nationals, even world competitions.
Even world competitions.
Yes,
and he was the one that told me that 23 million people last year alone somehow were involved with remote control cars,
right.
Whether it was just a hobby for fun or all the way up to the racing level.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what are we going to find in this world now?
Let me just show you some of the things that we have here. First of all, the cars are controlled by radio, usually a 2-channel radio with a steering wheel and a trigger. One of my favorite classes is the 5th scale class, which has a weed whacker engine in it. It travels about anywhere in the neighborhood of 35 miles an hour. Now, for the fun classes, if you want to run in your backyard, we have the what we call the monster truck. This is an electric T-Max truck that runs over everything. A lot of kids like to jump over other smaller cars, just like they see on TV. This is another fun scale kind of car. This is an 18-wheeler. It has everything from smoke coming out the stack to lights coming on, and the horn also is blowing on it.
So these really are just toys. Fun, a good way to get started.
Could be, yes ma'am. Yes,
How young do you think people can get started in this?
Oh, this is the best part about the sport. It's a family sport. You can have kids from young as 8 years old. Some kids race at 5, but 8 years old is usually come in. They have a novice class from the beginning, all the way up to adults that want to race.
I know that my dad and my nephew do it, and so that's a grandpa and grandson doing it together, and they have a good old time. They put their own decals on the side of the car and everything like that.
Absolutely, customize the cars.
Now we're moving into racing.
Moving into racing, absolutely. Let's start with one of the smallest scale cars. This is what is called a micro, and they just came out. It's one of the smallest kind of cars. It was designed so that people can run in their backyards or on their driveways. And it's pretty competitive, very, very interesting kind of car. One of the most popular classes that's going on now is electric and nitro sedan. Now, this is a 10 scale car versus what we call a micro scale car. So the majority of cars are going to be 10 scale. What that means is the car is actually 1/10 of the size of a full-size car.
So would this be kind of be analogous, like this would be like a NASCAR car, kind of something like that,
right.
And this would be like an Indy car.
Indy car, absolutely. This is what they call F1 or Formula Racing. That happens over in Europe, and we have a special class that's set up for that, where all the cars race in this class with spec engines, so everybody's completely fair and normal. This is our gas car. I don't know if you can get a good idea. This is a little nitro engine. Back in the day, we had Cox engines that we put on the cars, and we used to control them with a string. So now we threw away the string, and now we control them with our radios. This also has a 2-speed. transmission in it, and it probably will get up somewhere around 45 miles an hour.
As we're looking at these cars, what is the price range we're talking about here?
Price range is all what you want to do. You can get started in an RC car anywhere under about $400.
Under $40, that's
Right.
pretty good.
If you want to get
all the way up
competitive,
to...
you can get up to $1,200.
Really? All right. Well,
Absolutely.
speaking of competitive, it's nice seeing all these cars sit here, but we want to see them on the track, so we're going to
Okay.
introduce you to Andrew Gray, who is a nationally ranked driver. Good morning, Andrew.
How you doing, Holly?
We're doing pretty good. Let me tell you, we tried to get other people out there to race Andrew. Oh, good. We got some, but they said he was going to blow them off the track. So tell me about this whole racing thing. How do you get started, and how do you go up the ranks?
Well, pretty much you can start racing at any age, competition-wise. Takes a lot of practice.
Now, you have a sponsor, so is it fair for me to say that you, race professionally?
Yes, I do race professionally. I travel all over the country to different levels of competitions or races. I run for two companies, one called Team Trinity, the other Team Losi. They send us to races all over the country. They have race teams, and we're the guys that they send there to go win the races.
Now, how as far as the races, how do they work? Are they all configured like this? Are there different types of tracks out there? And how many laps do you do?
They're all different types of races, all different scales. They race all different scales. The races are 5 minutes long, and they...
So it's just how many laps you can get in 5 minutes?
Right. You do qualifying to seed yourself for a main event, which, depending on how many entries are, the top 10 would be the A main, next 10 B main, C main, and so on for however many entries there are. The top 10 fastest being the A main.
I want to know, are there a lot of girls in this sport?
There are a couple, but
I'm feeling
not
in the
many.
minority this morning. We need to get some more girls out there. So now, do you win money? How much money can you win?
No, pretty much just as far as for winning racing, just trophies and bragging rights.
There you go, trophies and bragging rights. I heard that. That's not bad as well. As you can see, Andrew is quite adept at talking and driving. He was worried about that as well. Speaking of driving, we're going to get some tips on driving remote control cars in the next hour. And if you're really excited about this, we're going to tell you about RC Summer Camp. There's still time. There's still openings. We're going to tell you how to sign up in our 8 o'clock hour. Back to you.
Okay, Michael's ready to sign up, right?
I'm there.
Holly.
So speaking of cars, Lark, we are hitting the road this morning with remote control cars. Now, if you're racing inside, you want foam tires. But if you're racing outside, you can either have slick tires, you can have treaded tires, or you can get what's called knobby, which is good for off-road, or, get ready for this, you can have what's called a rocket-powered car. There it goes! Coming up live later in the hour, we're going to tell you how your kid can get involved in this cool hobby when it comes to a remote control camp. We'll give you all the information on Fox 5 Morning News. Stay with us. Very good. Very nice. Very nice.
Right.
Become a summer camp you might not have considered.
Fox 5's Howie Morris has more on that.
Exactly. Right now, you guys, I am at pit row for remote control car racing because, see, in order to be good on the track, you also got to be a good mechanic and you got to be a good driver. We're going to get tips on that and how you can sign your kid up for summer camp as we're making those engines purr this morning. Allison, I understand you have some sweet sounds of your own.